Von allen Menschen, denen ich mit meinem fluchtartigen Verschwinden aus Bestwood wehgetan habe, ist Joanne diejenige, die es am wenigsten verdient hat. Sie war nur ein Kind und meine Patentochter, aber es ist nicht leicht, der einzige Freund eines einsamen Kindes zu sein, und ich hab's vermasselt. Jetzt, da ihr Vater tot ist, wird es für sie sicher noch nicht einfacher. Wütend, verletzt, starrsinnig, schwer zu glauben, dass ausgerechnet Joanne es war, die mir den Spitznamen Moody gegeben hat. Außerdem durchschaut sie gut gemeinten Unsinn, selbst wenn es zu ihrem Besten ist. Mein alter Chef bei der Zeitung, ich würde sagen, dass er mir alles beigebracht hat, was ich weiß. Aber wenn man sich meine Errungenschaften so ansieht, ist das alles andere als ein Kompliment. Ich hielt Walter immer für einen anständigen Menschen, ein seltenes Exemplar, das wirklich daran glaubt, dass es seine Aufgabe ist, der Gemeinschaft zu dienen. Den alten Witzbold wiederzusehen, war netter als erwartet. Declan ist der örtliche Gesetzeshüter. Ich erinnere mich noch vage aus der Schulzeit an ihn. Er geriet oft in Schlägereien, meist um kleinere Kinder zu beschützen. Niemand war überrascht, dass er Polizist wurde. Dieselbe Stadt, dieselben Zweifel und Widersprüche, sich ihnen stellen oder davor weglaufen. Diesmal entscheide ich mich anders. Joanne glaubt, dass sich beim Tod ihres Vaters irgendwas nicht mit rechten Dingen zugegangen ist. Ich verstehe, warum sie das glauben will, aber ein plötzliches Gefühl von Verantwortung hielt mich zurück. Ich habe Joanne gesagt, sie solle sich daran nicht festbeißen. Ich wünschte, ich könnte mir selbst dasselbe sagen. Ich wette, weil wir jetzt nicht helfen, wird sie denn irgendwas machen und dann... Oh nein. Vielleicht hätte ich doch sagen sollen, wir helfen. Zu spät. Man schafft es selten mit guten Nachrichten auf die Titelseite einer Zeitung. Nicht einmal in Bestwood. Autounfall. Walter hat sich viel Mühe mit der Traueranzeige gegeben. Mann in der Bar. Die nächste Runde geht auf mich. Plötzlich kommt eine dicke Frau rein. Wow. Als die Mine stillgelegt wurde, haben alle Bergleute in Bestwood ihre Arbeit verloren. Ich sollte sie ganz sicher nicht provozieren. Ja, super. Und wir sind denn der Idiot oder was?
Declan lacks subtlety, but he loves this town like no one else. Old-timers in general already don't like me, and the article just made it worse. That's where Nick and I sat every time he dragged me out for drinks after work.
Wurde der Chat geleert? Nein.
Walter can be overwhelming at times,
I didn't know you read Dickens
but he means
either.
well.
Not really. You just quoted him a couple of times and I thought it sounded...
He's owned this bar for almost a decade and still can't afford another
Then
employee.
you should read Great Expectations. It's a masterpiece, plain and simple.
It's supposedly the spirit of coal. Doesn't really belong here anymore.
Ach, das ist die Hintertür. Oh, das wäre wirklich ziemlich peinlich gewesen, so hinter der Bar hier reinkommen. Ich würde mir gerne die Flaschensammlung anschauen. Bei dir ist ja leer? Lol. Nee, hier wurde nichts geleert.
I can't believe he showed up.
Sammy! Oh, it's been ages.
Tara?
Oh, me? I've had this stomach thing lately, always churning. And this thing with Nick, his car went up like a Sunday ham. He burned alive, you know. Have you met Hugh? He took over the old pharmacy. just
Wow,
after
wie
you left.
feinfühlig die ist.
No.
The infamous Sam.
Das Auto hat gebrannt wie eine Fackel und er ist lebendig
You
verbrannt.
must have put in a
Danke.
lot of legwork on that.
Nett.
It took reading thousands of public records, but a pattern emerged of willful negligence.
You are a
Das
bold,
sind die Infos, die man haben will.
a dangerous man to anyone using power to exploit others.
That's nice of you to say.
Oh, don't hesitate to drop by the pharmacy sometime.
Oh, and Sam, you...
But for now, I have a feeling you're not here for us.
Oh, right. Don't be a stranger, Sam.
Puh, das ist bestimmt auch so eine Klatschtante. Also hat man ja jetzt schon gemerkt.
Some people can play this game drunk. Anna was best at 3 beers.
Das mit Waschbärenbewerf, wieso das denn?
But no more than three.
Pretty courageous of him to try his luck in Basswood, given the state of things.
4,000.
Sheriff
That's what
Mitchell.
crooked promises were. But that amount is damaging.
Nick and I spent so much money on this machine. Can't believe this whole thing's still working.
Okay, das sind dann also immer Erinnerungen, oder was?
Daddy, Daddy, Daddy.
Oh, Daddy.
Sit yourself down.
Es tut mir leid, das sind so, die triggern mich voll.
Now you should know.
Oh Gott. Das sollte dir jemand anderes erklären als ich. Ich wünschte, ich könnte dir die Entschuldigung glauben. Das tut mir leid.
Nick and I spent so much money on this machine.
Ich erkläre das bestimmt nicht, soll ja googeln.
There was no love lost between Kathy and Nick since their divorce, but anyone can see she's taking his death hard. Kathy,
Sam, you actually came. You got some nerve. Joan texted me. Says she already went home after you upset her.
I was just... I don't know.
Look, Joan was really hurt when you left town. Nick and I were never close after the breakup, and Joan's never had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Maybe don't break her heart this time when you leave town. All right?
Hard to make promises. I don't do well with those in Joan.
I've noticed.
But I'll try.
Sam, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Danke, Keks. Ein Kreuz in der Horizontal habe ich auch noch nicht gesehen. Die lieben anscheinend Pac-Man
You're
hier,
a
ne?
lot like Pac-Man, Sam.
I consume everything in my path?
You find every last bite. The mine closing wasn't your fault. Your investigation just hurried things up. You probably saved some lives, you know.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Muley.
You piece of
Language.
Is that a wedding ring?
I didn't know you were thinking about marriage.
Oh, it's just... it feels like the right thing to do.
Dad, what's the point of getting married?
Well, it's just one of those things people do, Bug. Here, you can play.
Someone has to show you grown-ups.
Ach, Techno-Base,
Video games
schlaf
are the
schön.
realm of the young.
Have you talked to Anna about this?
That's kind of the point. I'll talk to her about it when I show her the ring.
If you say so. Hey, just remember I'm here, right? If you need anything. Anything but my arcade secrets. Those I'll take to the grave.
Mein Google-Verlauf wird immer zerstört sein.
Sorry we lost touch. Sorry I lost touch. Rest up, big guy. This photo always looked weird. Nick could never keep a straight face.
Kann ich auch bei Fotos nicht.
He was more her best friend than a dad. He was more her best friend than a dad. Look at us. I wonder who took that picture. We drove straight to the sea after work on a Friday. Hell of a weekend. Happier times. Those two were a great team. Bug was so small back then.
Samuel, guess I lost the bet.
Ich hätte es nicht erklärt, lass mich.
Yeah, that bet you'd never come back to Basswood? Not after you went careening out of town like a bat out of hell the instant that article broke bad.
That wasn't the reason I left town.
Oh, you think it was that girl of yours? You left because the town hated your guts.
What are you even doing here, Dennis? You and Nick become friends or something?
Nope. He thought I was a drunk, which I am. And I thought he was a hack, which he was.
This coming from the IT guy. Didn't know resetting passwords could give you a journalism degree.
It can. But it does give me less patience for people who sling mud my way.
Mhm.
Relax. I'm just playing. At least tell me how you been.
Yeah, like you'd care.
Not too much. But suit yourself if you want to be like that. Anyway, cheers to Nick.
Schön, dass er mir seine Knarre zeigen musste.
People actually liked. Speaking of which...
As time draws near, my dearest dear, when you and I must part, how little you know of the grief and woe in my poor aching heart. 'Tis but I suffer for your sake. Believe me, dear, that's true. I will
Should I have brought flowers? Do people expect me to?
Bei mir gegenüber hat ein gegenüber der Arbeit hat ein Donutladen aufgemacht. Der will für einen scheiß Donut 4,60 haben. Ich denke, der wird nicht lange halten. Bis 1914 durfte man Kinder per Post verschicken. Was? Der kommt jetzt einfach so random.
Sam, let's just leave it at that, all right?
Okay.
So, Sam, how's life been treating you?
Could be better. My best friend just died.
No need to snap at me, Sam. I ain't the enemy here. And your allies are in short supply, so be careful what you say. You staying in town long?
Not really. Why? You think I'm gonna disturb the peace or something?
Wouldn't be your first time. Have a nice evening, Sam.
Ja, sehr freundlich alle.
So, I had to throw them all out on their ear, and only then did I realize.
Ah, Samuel, my favorite ex-muckracker. Join
Mongo
us.
ist
Join
abgeschafft.
us.
How was the funeral?
Wasn't there.
In den
Setting up for
USA
this.
versteht sich,
Everyone
okay.
came, most of the town, it
Man
felt
konnte
like.
Kinder
A
per
sea of
Post
sad, wet
ernsthaft?
eyes. I gave the eulogy. Felt hollow. So hollow. He worked for me for years. For years. My best reporter. What do you even say about him?
Remember that article? Something about stoplights? No one cared, but he did. Months of effort.
Yield signs. He approached each story with his pen like a knight wielding a sword.
It's the small things. Like he always kept his window down. Said cars made him claustrophobic. That's how he stays with us. The little details.
I remember the bar bets about that safe spot in Pac-Man. He got me one night.
Yeah, got me once too. Can't believe it's real.
Enough about Nicholas, enough.
Billiger als mit
How have you
Kutsche.
been, Sam? How have you really been?
Ja, alles gut, wegen Caps. Hast Glück, dass der Bot gerade nicht reagiert hat.
I spend all day doing nothing. I don't even count days. They just blur together. Nick's death barely hit me. It was like a pinprick compared to just everything.
Time heals most wounds. Some it just makes worse. Sounds like you need something to pull you out of your rut.
Well, I think I've taken enough of your gent's time.
Go, mingle, circulate, but you must join us for an actual round later. You must.
Oh, Walter, can I ask you something?
Questions are the fountainhead of knowledge.
Nick's crash. Was there anything suspicious about it?
I asked myself the same thing. The very same thing. It did seem odd. Young Nicholas, a careful man in all things, including driving. I looked into it myself. You know what I found?
What?
A tragic accident with nothing amiss.
Gute Nacht schon mal bei die
I'm both
Einkacke.
relieved and saddened to say.
Ah,
Life is rarely like a crime thriller, and while I don't mind you asking, some might find it a distasteful conversation at a man's memorial. Especially from you.
I'll keep that in mind.
See that you do, my boy. See that you do.
Ich habe gerade meine Kohle auf dem Teppich verteilt. Selber schuld, wenn du sowas schreibst. Ich guck so eine Sekunde nicht in den Chat und dann passieren mir so eine Sachen.
This reminds me of when I lost my pa. Death sure changes how we think of someone.
Hey, Sam. Why don't you drink to Nick on the other side of the bar?
Okay, ihr unfreundlichen Kackbratzen.
Has it really been 2 years since I saw her? She hasn't changed a bit. Anna?
Sam! I've missed you. Why did it take so long for you to darken my doorstep?
Es war nicht wegen dir. Ist ja eigentlich die Wahrheit, ne? Jetzt bin ich hier. Es tut weh, zurückzukommen.
I won't lie, it really hurt coming back. I stopped by Lookout Point on the way here.
Sam, why'd you do that to yourself?
A desire to open old wounds? The old-timers gave me hell when I came in, too.
People around here have short tempers,
And long memories.
but most of them mean well. Sam, the mine was gonna close anyways. Maybe in a year or 2, 5, if the Lord has a sense of humor. It was gonna run dry or have an even bigger disaster. It wasn't your fault.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. It doesn't make it easier, though.
It's gotta make it a little easier. When my father lost his legs, nobody knew the mine wasn't following regulations. You were the only one who started asking questions. Whenever people talk about you, he always says, you did the right thing.
Yeah, well, your dad's Joe. He's an oak. Unmoving and annoyingly supportive.
It wasn't just him. Nick thought your piece was great. He was actually jealous. He always wanted to write something that shook the pillars of heaven, as he used to put it. You know, Nick and I had moved in together. Started to get serious. But I think it's only now I realize how much I cared for him.
Okay. Ist es ernst? Okay, da kann ich jetzt aber nichts...
Yeah. That's, you two... It must be so hard.
Are you okay? You knew about us, right? He said he was gonna tell you.
Yeah, I knew, but knowing and, knowing are different.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess they are.
Naja, toll.
But this was all nice.
Direkt die Freundin
The
ausgespannt.
funeral, the wake. Walter did a good job. But it all just makes me feel heavy. It makes my heart hurt. Like Nick's memory has been laid on top of me and I'm still carrying him.
Dann kannst du wieder nach Hause fahren. Hat er eh vor, oder nicht? Wurde Nick ermordet?
Nick's death. Do you know if he had any enemies? Working on anything dangerous?
Whew. Now this is a real can of worms.
This is a wake.
I know that.
Do you? This isn't the time to be digging and pushing. You always do this. You always... I get it. I just... You're still you, huh? You'll always still be you, Sam. I hope you never change, but I can't handle this right now. I'm gonna go
can
home.
handle this?
Hate that his stuff is all over my house. Then drink and cry all night. You do what you need to do. See you around.
Und verkackt.
Samuel, come. Have a round with me.
I need a drink or two. Or 3. And then I'll go.
People leave you or they die. That's the only way anything ends.
Okay. Bier.
So, Nick wasn't drunk, and me? I was drunk as a skunk.
Ah, Samuel. Samuel, join us. We were just sharing stories about dear Nicholas. And let me get your next round.
Der konnte so eh nicht mehr lernen, also ist es
Maybe
egal.
Ethan has a suggestion for a worthy
Die mögen uns
spirit?
alle eh nicht hier. Also kannst du mir sagen, was du willst.
Oh,
Die
no,
sind hier nicht sehr
Friends
willkommen.
drink beer.
Yes, I suppose that's
Haben sie
fair.
uns schon alle
To
vermittelt.
dear Nicholas.
Also muss ja irgendwas mit der Mine zu tun haben und er hat recherchiert und wahrscheinlich wurde deswegen die Mine geschlossen
Yeah,
und deswegen
you've been
hassen ihn
coming in a
alle,
lot
weil Geld
Sat
und
right there, with a
Jobverluste
bad dad
und
joke or two.
With friends, I guess?
irgendwie
Maybe
sowas in
Anna.
der Art.
No, by himself with his laptop as his date.
He never drank alone.
You two were close, though, right? Tell me about the man outside the bar.
He had a terrible memory. Couldn't remember names, dates, passwords. Kept his notes squirreled around him like a horde.
Kennt ihr das, wenn einer so fragt, kennt ihr das? Hm.
I don't know. I hadn't spoken to him in almost 2 years. I cut this whole town out of my life, and now it's like I'm a stranger.
This place is in your blood. It's like an old glove. You have to give it time. The friend of man, the friend of truth. The friend of age, and guide of youth. Few hearts like his with virtue warmed. Few hearts with knowledge so informed.
Hallo Sarah?
If there's another world, he lives in bliss. If there is none, he made the best of this.
Burns. That from your eulogy?
You know Robert Burns? And no, just something I keep on hand for toasts.
Oh, it's a good choice. And sorry about that, Sam. I wasn't trying to bring you down.
Ich trinke mal. Der trinkt ja noch nicht mal aus.
Night. I'd say that went well. Ish. You got to chat with everyone you've been avoiding.
Wer ist denn der Typ
Even if Joan
eigentlich?
got inside your head with her whole dad mystery death thing. Just shut up. Coming back to Basswood was your idea. You're the one in the driver's seat, Sam. I can't make you do anything. Deep down, you've been looking for a reason to come back. It's gonna be one of those long nights inside your head, huh?
Soll er das seinen Jungen oder? Es tut mir so leid. Ich habe dich nicht eingeladen. Lass mich in Ruhe.
Stop pushing me. Stop always poking at me. You just won't quit. I'm trying to help. And helpful tip number 602.
Könnte sein, okay.
Beer doesn't solve any of this. You're back out in the world. Feeling emotions, fitting in, that's progress. Fuck the world. Pointless talking and more talking, and no one says what they mean. Go away. Let me enjoy being miserable. Just try and make sure you don't do anything stupid. No promises.
Hoch die Tassen. Aber bis jetzt hat er mich nicht ins Negative beeinflusst, glaube ich. Die Stimme, der Körper, was auch immer das ist. Wie sind wir jetzt aber ins... Wie ist er jetzt ins Zimmer gekommen?
No, stay out.
You have 10 minutes before we charge you for another day.
Okay. What kind of monsters have a checkout at 9? What happened last night? Oh, my head. Pills plus drinking. That was not my best idea.
Stimmt, wir hatten ja auch
Blackout or
Pillen.
what?
Oh, fuck. Ich hoffe, wir haben jetzt keine Scheiße gebaut.
Can't.
Oh
I
nein.
can't think straight. Need some water on my face. Late for checkout. They can wait a bit more.
Die haben eine Klimaanlage hier drin? Was zur Hölle? Ich muss dorthin fahren, einbrechen, die Klimaanlage aus dem Fenster rausschmuggeln und wieder nach Hause fahren. Viele sind leer, oder?
How many of these did I take?
Oh mein Gott. Ich hätte
God,
nicht...
what a headache. Feel like a smoke. Please let there be water.
Bier. Oh. Ist nix.
No water, of course. Just tossed on the floor. My mother would be proud.
Ein Konterbier.
I was at least hoping I'd look better than I feel.
Dann machen wir uns mal kurz frisch. Aus dem Kühlschrank würde ich gar nichts nehmen. Nee, ich auch nicht.
I already feel more human. Now, where did I put my shirt?
Shit. Was hat er getan? Hallo, Fabi.
That's not good. That's... Where did I get this? What did I do?
Oh, fuck. Er hat ja schon so verdächtig gefragt. Ich hoffe, ich habe nichts irgendwie angestellt oder so. Ach du Kacke. Was ist denn das, wenn es mit dem Typen mit der Pistole war? Schau mal in den anderen Stream rein, von den 7, wenn ich zuschaue, also später, aber 7 gleichzeitig laufen. Alter, Fabi.
Sam, be more careful. Breathe. Focus.
Darf ich da nicht reinlaufen? I don't
Find
know.
the way to calm down. Sam, focus. You have to find the right door. You need to steady yourself.
Oh, wow, man kann nicht mal richtig laufen. Oh, der hat mich gleich. Shit. Das Rennen ist aber auch kacke, ne? Oh, was ist... Ich kann kaum lenken. Ah! Okay, das war's, glaube ich.
Sam, focus. You have to find the right door. You need to steady yourself.
Ja, das ist nicht so einfach. Das Lenken ist ja richtig kacke. Nachttor, schlaf schön. Geht's noch weiter oder was? Ach komm, Gefahr. Hinter dir. Ich bin ein Mörder. Gefängnis. Du bist ein Mörder, gib auf. Gefängnis, Einzelhaft. Schuldig. Übernimm die Kontrolle. Oh fuck, ich bin daneben gelaufen. Also lenken ist aber nicht so geil. Echt mega schwer, da zu lenken. Oh, noch mehr. Jetzt bewegen die sich, die Scheißdinger. Ah. Ja, übertreib's doch nicht. Wessen Blut? Keine Ahnung. Fokus. Mann, jetzt reicht's aber. Meine Güte. Auf so eine Art Gameplay hätten man verzichten können. Ja.
You're doing good. Really good. You're almost there. Focus. Choose. Act. Deliberately. If I run, I'll keep running. I need to face what happened.
Wenn ich weglaufe, dann muss ich mich dem stellen.
Answers. Hide. It's never happened. Going on. Get far away. Don't think. Just go. As far, as fast as I can. If I run, I'll keep running. I need to face what happened. Yes, answers.
Ein Fuß in die Tür.
Good or bad, I need answers.
Das ist bestimmt unser Untergang jetzt. Neugierde ist das Katze des Todes irgendwie so. Oh nein, wir werden so sterben. Ich meine, wir haben auch einen Filmriss und können uns null erinnern.
I know what you're thinking. Stop thinking that. Pills and alcohol, you're lucky enough you didn't wake up dead. I need to know what happened last night. The last place I remember is the bar, so I'll start there. The squeaky nail gets hammered down. Maybe don't play lone wolf detective. I'm gonna take it slow and be cautious, don't worry. Yeah, telling people not to worry always works. I can't just run from whatever this is. So either help me or get out of my head. It's your life, Sam. I just live here.
Okay. Es könnte schlimmer sein. Naja, ist ja nur voll viel Blut am Hemd. Ich weiß auch gar nicht, wie viel Bier hat er gekippt?
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Do you really think breaking and entering is a good idea?
Ich hätte ein Tier
Used
traditionell
Ethan's hidden
geschlachtet.
spare key. No
Ich
breaking
glaube
involved.
nicht.
I don't know if he'll see it that way.
I could wait for the bar to open, or I could look for answers. I picked the latter. Ethan and his parents. And I'm guessing that's his sister. He always thought they'd run the bar together. I remember seeing this before. A long time ago.
Fundbüro.
I doubt Ethan's account somehow led to the blood on my shirt.
Bestimmt eine gute Idee, jetzt einfach reinzugehen.
Whoa. What happened here last night? First, look around, figure out what happened.
Verschüttete Gläser. Oh nein.
I ended up drinking alone. So who brought that second glass?